This video is part of my new segment, New Things That You Actually Don't Need to Buy. Today's topic is about the Astell Kern SP2000T, which is going to get released later this year in October. And I also have a message for companies like Astell Kern and Onkyo and Sony Walkman as well at the end of this video. So if you want to see that, wait till the end or just scroll there if that's all you care about. But what is the Astell Kern SP2000T? So I'm going to go through that with you now. So first of all, it is a digital audio player, if you remember those. So much like the iPod Touch. And it is aimed at audiophiles. Now, what is an audiophile? Well, phile, the suffix phile, means a lover of or enthusiast of something. So an audiophile is a lover of audio. A necrophile is a lover of corpses. A paedophile is a lover of... I can't even believe I wrote that into the script. Anyway, that's the English lesson over. So yes, anyway, in my opinion, most audiophiles aren't really audiophiles anyway. They are most likely mellophiles, which is basically a lover of music. So, I mean, is it the audio data itself that you love, or is it the music that you love? Leave your comments in the comment section. So, back to the topic, the Astell Kern, bit of a tangent there, Astell Kern SP2000T. It's a media device for audiophiles. A major part of getting the audio, a transparent audio signal to your speakers or to your headphones is the DAC, the digital to analog converter. Now, the SP2000T has not one, not two, not three, but 4 DACs on board. So it's a quad DAC system, and it features the top DACs from ESS, the ESS Sabre lineup. And the DAC in question is the ESS 9068 AS. And that supports MQA, so the high-res format, 8x rendering, supports up to 32-bit 384 kHz audio, PCM, 96 kHz SPDIF, and then DSD 1024. So there's all the high-res audio formats there. It has a multitude of headphone connections as well. It has a 2.5mm, a 3.5mm, and a 4.4mm, which I don't understand, like, where's the love for the 6.5mm connection? But okay, maybe it's too big, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, you've covered all grounds there. Anyway, it also has 3 amplifiers on board, if I've read this correctly. It has a tube amp, no, 3 amplifier modes on board, sorry. It has a tube amp, an op amp, and it also has a hybrid mode, which combines the op amp and the tube amp sound together. So yeah, for people who want a versatile system, this is decent. Then there's also a feature called replay gain mode, which allows you to adjust the volume between your tracks. So basically the tracks that you're playing back are staying at a consistent level, so you don't have to keep turning it up and down, whatever. It's also going to support 2.5 GHz Wi-Fi as well as 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Bluetooth is supported, and it supports LDAC via Bluetooth and aptX codecs as well. It also has a 1080p touchscreen. So what's it cost? All these features, what does it add up to? Well, I haven't seen a price for it yet, but the model down from this, the SP2000 original, that has a retail price of £3,399, and that is the 3 amp model. Sorry, the 3 DAC model. Whereas this one has 4, so you expect this one to be a bit more pricey. I'd like to basically send you guys a message. The companies out there like A&K, like Sony Walkman even, and Onkyo as well. I've seen some of these audio players come from there. Now, the thing I find a bit problematic about these devices is that they are very, very, very niche. And I mean, I know a lot of audiophiles that wouldn't shell out this sort of money for that. But I feel like that you could make this a little bit more competitive with devices like the iPod Touch. because that is still going about, and Apple still make these. They cost £189, and they have smartphone features on them. Now, let me explain to you why. Okay, I feel like there could be there's a gap in the market for an audiophile product, but also has some smartphone features on it as well. For example, a camera would be very nice. That would be very nice. Now, I'll tell you why I think this, and that's because the first thing is privacy. Privacy is a growing trend, and I think a lot of people are giving up on the fact that your phones are always going to be tracking you, whatever. I think that that's the way these companies make money. They're not going to end. They're not going to stop tracking you no matter what. Okay. The other thing is that's becoming a bit of an issue, actually probably more of an issue, is smartphone addiction as well. There is a term for this. It's called nomophobia. So it's a fear of leaving your phone behind. So what I did last year was a smartphone detox. And after that experience, I felt very negatively about smartphones. I don't really want them in my life. And I bet you any money that this is a growing trend. Now, what do I do to kind of help solve the problem day to day? Well, I have this iPod Touch here, you see, and I have a tablet. So normally I carry around a standard phone. These devices are here for me to do the things that I need to do on a smartphone. For example, online banking, or if I want to scan something, like when you do there's an app called Cam Scanner or something like that. Or if I need it, I have a smartphone not a smartphone, a smart device, let's say, but with no phone function. So I'm not completely off the grid. I'm still here, but when my phone goes off, I actually have a separate device for that. The only thing that lets this iPod Touch down for me is that it doesn't have audiophile functions. It doesn't have a fancy amp. It doesn't have a fancy DAC, etc. Okay, so what I have for that is a portable DAC. This is made by, I think it's the Topping NX4 that I've got. I've got some other DACs as well. This has a decent DAC on board and a headphone amplifier, and it measures quite well. But this doesn't give me the functions of this. So I need something that's kind of 2-in-1. So, I mean, you're basically there with your fancy Walkman style devices, your media players. I mean, you're basically there. You just need something that has a camera and it can run some basic apps. And I feel like that would inspire people to leave their smartphones. And there'd be a lot of people, I think, who want to leave their smartphones and they want a device like this so they can kind of not go cold turkey, because that doesn't usually end well. So yeah, I mean, it could run something like Android, or it could run a privacy-based operating system like Calyx OS, if anyone's heard of that. And that basically is Android, but it's running a more privacy-based version of it, Micro G, and whatever. Have a look at that. Or another option could be Linux mobile OS, because there's still that available. So I think there's a lot of choices there, but mark my words, I do think that there are going to be more people who want to leave smartphones. They want a smart device like this, but tablets are too big, and this kind of does the job for me. So something you can put in your pocket. All I can say is I'd be queuing up to buy a device like that. I mean, if you think maybe there's no market there, I mean, I've just done a bit of research. You've got the Sony A100, which is over 300 quid. You've got the WM1A by Sony, the signature series, and the WM1Z signature series, and these are thousands of pounds, so they're selling these. And there's another one by Onkyo, but it's a bit old now. It's the Onkyo DPX1A, and that's again the closest thing that I've seen to these Astell Kern devices. So why not just add a 50 quid camera to these devices, and it will offer people an opportunity to do other things with this, and maybe they're going to carry it around in their pocket. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if this would be a good idea or not. Maybe it's not the best business idea, but I just can't understand all these media players, 50 quid camera on the back would just make them a lot more useful. And yeah, it would inspire me to get rid of this. It would inspire me to get rid of my smartphone completely. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.
Now you subscribe or I smash you.